Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off pig, Freddy. Get him off pig.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host. He's the karate champion of Arkansas. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion. And best friend, Josh Briley. Say hey, Josh.
Woo, mercy, Richard Lee. I got 350 reasons, baby, why I could be here today, and 439 of them don't count. How you doing, man?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
What are the 350 reasons?
Because it's
I'm going to call your bluff.
the goddamn 350th Tree Fitty episode.
Now list them. List your reasons. We got time. That's going to be this whole episode.
The reasons
you're here today.
I could be here today.
Yes.
Well, number one,
I have a good job.
It's the afternoon.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even the nighttime.
All right, 3:49 to go.
All right. So we're counting back or counting forward?
It don't matter. I guess you got to get to 350.
Well, I'm at 349 now.
349 now. You're one even
I'm
closer.
descending.
You're descending.
Or am I ascending or descending?
I don't know. What do you think? You paint your own story, Joshua.
I'm going to tell you something, man.
349, yeah.
So I could also be here because it's a Friday.
Yeah, I think you just said that.
No.
What did you say? What was number 340? What was 350?
350?
I don't remember.
Or what was one?
Get a piece of paper and write these
Oh,
down.
mercy. But I said I had 439 reasons why. Shit. This ain't going to work out.
You said
Format-wise
you said
and
439
time-wise.
didn't count. Didn't that what you said?
Well, yeah, so it don't
so you
even
should
matter.
have like 700 and something.
No, we're not adding
and
it.
you're struggling to do two.
I have these reasons why I could be here, but this many don't count, so it cancels it out.
So you have reasons why you
I'm in the
be-
negative. I'm in the negative.
I've got 20 excuses why I got to go home now. I don't know math. What numbers did I say?
Well, number one, I just shit myself, so I need to go.
I was sitting there playing with this action figure, and I turned Hogan's leg over like that. It was like, brother, I broke my leg, brother. That Masato got me again.
No, it was goddamn, not Hiroshima. It was goddamn.
Hiroshima. Damn Hiroshima, brother.
No, it
Hiro
was
Matsuda.
Hiro Matsuda.
Yeah. Some Japanese. That's some Japanese name. I don't know.
Ask some of them, they'd say he was hero. He was a hero.
No, man. Episode 350, like you said.
Tree Fitty.
I'm happy to be Tree Fitty.
It's been a lot of them, man.
Tree Fitty.
It's really not.
It's been 349 more than this
no,
one.
listen, because we did before the mics, behind the mics, whatever you want to call it.
Before the mics is what we used to do.
But we used to joke and say behind the mics.
Did we?
We did.
I don't remember that.
Either
at
way,
all.
there was like 50 of them, so really is this 400?
Probably.
There's been specials, too, that didn't even have a number. So we're liars, first and foremost.
Well, episode of this show.
Yeah, the main...
main show, we've had 350 episodes.
Yeah.
So, why are you trying to?
I'm
why
just
are you trying to
saying-
dispute our word?
I'm just saying it's been a lot more
Yeah.
than it seems.
How many of them have been good though? That's the question.
Hey, I'm not the judge
Like
of that.
7. We got 7 good episodes in there.
I think now there's more than 7 for sure.
Man, we lost a good man the other day. The beloved father, actor, and athlete Orenthal James Simpson passed.
I have never seen a death bring out more memes.
Oh.
Like with the quickness. That dude had just died. Like, you sent me a meme before Apple News announced this motherfucker. There were motherfuckers with T-shirts and shit.
T-shirts. OJ's on a T-shirt.
Look, let me show you this one. This is just for fun.
Show everybody.
No,
bro.
I'm just going to show you.
Show everyone. Now, don't just play around. Oh, they put him on one of those shirts.
And it said,
shirt.
died an innocent man.
You think they'll ever come out and be like, look, we know. We're just going to reverse it.
OJ's last ride.
Yeah, I've
Bronco
seen that
hearse.
one. I've seen that one. Then I saw something that said prostate cancer come out and said it didn't do it.
Oh, that's so dark.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
That's really dark.
I was working on a joke about like he really didn't die. His legal team released that he's actually alive writing a book. The book will be out next fall. It's called If I Died. But I don't know if that really has the same hushpah as some of these that are coming out.
Because a lot of people may not even know that.
Well, then I was going to follow that up by saying, the whole, Fred Goldman.
Fred?
Do you know? Yeah, that's Ron
His
Goldman's dad.
Oh, what he said?
What did he say? I didn't see exactly what he said. What did he do you know, like, paraphrasing? It was basically like, who gives a fuck or something like that.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
world
like,
didn't lose,
not
a loss.
Not a great loss,
Right.
is what he said.
Right.
And that's a classy way, of saying, fuck that motherfucker.
Well, after he won the civil suit, he came after everything OJ owned to get him to pay.
Right.
And that's why, like, when he wrote the book, it was supposed to say, if I did it, and then Fred Goldman, like, went and was like, hey, he still owes me money. I want the publishing rights to that. So before it was released, Fred Goldman got publishing rights, and he made the if very small. So it just says, I did it.
Yeah.
And then one of my jokes was, I was like, I would just, and he's still going in on OJ. He hadn't let it go. It's like, I wish, like, he's hardcore for his son. I wish I could be, I wish I'm, that kind of father for my daughter, minus the whole, having her decapitated by a professional athlete thing. I'm still workshopping it. But no, the eclipse was this past week too.
Was it?
Did you go see it?
Did I go?
Did you go see it?
No, I did not.
You didn't even look outside at it.
No.
Really? You wasn't like a little curious at all?
I could give two fucks, man.
Well,
I didn't, what the fuck did it matter?
it's just something cool.
Yeah.
Can't really recreate that. Won't happen again for a while.
Yeah, be okay.
I did like the fact that people were thinking that was going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Y2K was better, by the way. We didn't really even know until afterwards because that was a real threat. Computers might just fuck up.
Right.
Like, that goes with our not trusting machines. You know what I mean? Like, especially back then, Terminator was hot.
Well, no, I think just somebody just did that one rumor about, they never planned on it going to 2000. It's only set up for 1990s.
There was actually a bit of truth to some of that,
like
to a
gas
degree.
pumps
Yeah.
and shit.
Well, no,
I heard.
computers, like real computers, not recognizing the year rollover and rolling it back. But they just wouldn't work. It wouldn't be like everything's in black and white and shit again.
Where'd all the color go?
All the radio stations start playing like old in the morning, in the evening, ain't we got fun? Huh? Dude, I was watching an old WrestleMania, and I heard Jerry Lawler say, "The rich get richer and the poor get children." And I laughed my ass off. I was like, he just quoted Public Domain because, in the morning, in the evening, ain't we got fun? Huh?
And we have fun.
We didn't do that this year. Public Domain.
No, we didn't.
We didn't even get marching into March.
We marched a little bit, didn't
And
we?
now we're turtle loving because it's April. Turtle loving.
What was that?
April O'Neil.
Oh, April
Ninja
O'Neil,
Turtles.
yeah.
Turtle loving.
I got you.
But yeah, so you didn't check out the eclipse at all.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was funny with all the memes that were coming out about this is gonna be it. as you can see, it passes through Kansas City, and then this comes through here, and I'm like, eh. And then so I've been seeing some good memes. One of them was like, what if the rapture did happen and just all of us are assholes? I was like, well, that makes sense. I don't know if it was a meme, but I think somebody said it. And then one funny thing I saw was somebody said that what they've been doing. They were like, I went and got a whole bunch of blow-up dolls and filled them with helium to release them when the eclipse comes.
I saw that one. That was pretty good.
I was like, I saw that immediately. It was like, I wish I thought of that.
I would get on board with something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
It's like, damn, I wish I thought of something like that, I was making jokes during the thing. I was like, this would be a great time. Go up to where they're doing viewing parties and just start playing a fucking trumpet. I was like, one party pooper would have to grab his chest and fall over. Ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I would feel guilty on. Like if I did a rib like that.
Yeah,
and then
somebody
figured out that somebody legit had a heart attack.
Well, that's not really on you. That's on their bad diet choices. You just etched it along.
Yeah, I just nudged him a bit.
Yeah, that's all it was. You just holding the tail.
Sink or swim, hoss. Sink or swim. Only the strong survive. We got to get back to that in America. Health care. Who the fuck needs health care?
You can't take Crisco and a little joke.
You need to take care of what you need of yourself.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of cool, I looked at it a couple times on accident because my glasses fell off. Burned like hell.
Oh, man.
I was like, ah!
You got radiation.
Ah!
Dude, look, this is the best one from work, okay? Mm-hmm. And I swear to God this happened. So I'm not looking at it. I'm just, going about my work day or whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy that works with me, he was walking into this other warehouse, and there was this person from another department outside trying to look at it or whatever.
Right.
And she said to him, she was like, so you gonna look at it or whatever? And he's like, I don't have any glasses, but I can just use my phone. Don't you do that? And he looks at her like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? She said, your phone will get radiation damage. I read that somewhere. I forgot where I read it, but I read it. And
I can't stop my work, but it's work.
It was like he couldn't even laugh.
Yeah.
It's like... he didn't even tell her she was wrong. Yeah. He just walked away. I was like, man, I wish I could have been there to hear that. I would have had to have opened up.
You know what's funny? So we did have like the eclipse, right? That same afternoon, we had a huge storm here that came up out of nowhere, and then like another week or two, we've got cicada bugs coming up from out of the ground.
No,
again.
I'd love if your mama was here right now.
Yep.
That's what's happening. It's washing away all this bullshit. The plague's going to happen.
Somebody told me once, if the Lord didn't take care of the USA and all its wicked ways, he owes an apology to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Did she really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, put that horror movie on.
Out there banging those booties. Hey, put that horror movie on. I like that one.
That's a pretty man right there. I love that.
If he's shoving a gerbil up his ass like they say he is, well, then he's going to get bit by the Lord, too.
He fell to the forked tongue.
Now give him some of that money so he'll suck his dick on that piano again. Rewind it. That's a good scene.
Oh, me. Yeah.
It is funny how many, contradictions she had.
Yep.
About how, but yeah, we definitely went to a church where that was said, and she repeated it. And,
that was an apology.
He has an apology to Sodom and Gomorrah. They don't take out America.
She probably heard one of them traveling preachers say
probably. Right before he threw the snake on her and she passed out.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was my nerves or the venom that made me pass out. Either way, I woke up with full britches.
Oh, man. Yeah. But
if
no,
the snakes don't get you the visions, well,
dude. I don't know if I told you about this. we were at Walmart the day of the eclipse.
Yeah, I seen your Facebook posts and stuff, dude. That you know, a lot of people like trying to. There was a tornado. I think it was like straight line winds, probably.
Dude, it was rough.
And you know, a guy that lives over there in that neighborhood across the street from Walmart.
Yeah.
He said, like, on the houses over there are still leaves, like pieces of leaves just stuck because of, you know, the wind was so high. And it was like it fucking...
I went outside and it looked like somebody tried to like paper mache my car with leaves and grass.
Yeah, it's
like,
insane.
Like it was under my windshield wipers. Like that's how hard it blew. It blew the windshield wipers up enough to stick that stuff to it. Because I turned it on and it just started smearing things. I was like, what the hell?
Speaking of hail...
Well, that's what I was going to say. We were at Walmart Monday or Tuesday. When was that damn eclipse?
One of them days.
What's the name of some of them other celestial?
Monday. It was Monday.
Blood moon.
Crescent.
Crescent.
Half crescent.
Cloudy day.
New moon.
Rhombus cloud.
Is that anything?
Yeah. That's some good space things we got going. Yeah. Uranus. Anyway.
Big Dipper.
Little Dipper. Orion's belt.
Man, I don't know anymore.
That's it. I'm tapped. Oh, North Star. That's about it. No, like we were in Walmart and all of a sudden, you know, like before we went in, we were like, hey, that looks like a rain cloud coming up. Like, I was like, I looked at my daughter, I was like, we need to get our stuff and get the hell out really quickly because I don't want to be unloading groceries in rain.
Yeah, that sucks a dick, dude.
So we went to the back, started getting drinks and everything, and it sounded like, you know, it was raining really hard. You know, when it rains on a metal roof anyways, it's like,
Walmart,
sounds like people clapping like.
Yeah, Walmart's really acoustified with that shit. Dude,
Yeah.
that you can really tell. And they got them goddamn skylights in there,
Yes.
too.
Well, anytime you're in a gym, like a basketball gym, too, like in a high school gym, it starts raining, it would always sound like that, too. Like,
yeah.
I always joke, is like, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now, who wants to hear Freebird? You know, shit like that. But we came around the chip aisle, and all of a sudden it just started sounding like somebody threw like 2 or 3 5-gallon Lowe's buckets on top of the roof. Like that. Poof, poof. And I was like,
It's King Kong.
And then it sounded like somebody threw about 100,000 of those motherfuckers on the roof. Like it was just like, do 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 do. I was like, oh, and I was trying. You know, my daughter was with me, and she's young, and she's, you know, she's frightful about these things. So I was trying. I was like, hey, let's go back here to the Lelway area. And she's like, huh? I was like, come on.
I love how you just blame it on her, but you were terrified. Your
I
butthole
was
clenched.
scared. I was a little nervous because it honestly didn't sound like that roof was going to hold.
Well, the thing about it is, like, you don't know what's going on out there.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It legit could be a fucking tornado or something.
Yeah. So we take off to the Lelway area. We get down to where the dog food is, and the skylights in there just start cracking out, and ice just starts falling in. Like somebody is throwing it into the store.
Yeah.
Like not safe to walk under the skylights. So we're like bobbing and weaving to get back to electronics. Finally, I was just like, cover your head and let's run. So we ran, and it's just raining in the whole store.
Oh, my word.
Like everywhere. You know, they have a skylight, it looks like every 10 feet in there.
Yeah.
And they're like mismatched to where they're at. You know, they're off-centered and moved around just to give more light to the building.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. They're open now, and like almost every skylight's covered because of, you know, that.
Right.
But yeah, whew, it was rough. And then got out, got in my car, and I was like, okay, cool, we're good. Just got a car full of grass and stuff. It's sunny now. They kicked everybody out. The power went out, and they were like, y'all gotta get your shit and get out. So everybody checked out.
You said, damn, I was going to raid the pharmacy. Shit.
Get some of them painkillers, Susan. Get them. Get them.
Where they keep that behind-the-counter Sudafed at? Yeah. I know a guy.
Now's the time. They ain't got security cameras. I think they probably didn't have security cameras.
Well, no, there's no power.
Well, they had enough power to run like the registers, and we were back in frozen foods, and I heard somebody go, attention shoppers. we're going to come to the front and check out. Like, that was how loud it was.
On a bullhorn.
That's what it sounded like, but it was like a little bit stronger than a bullhorn.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they had the first 3 speakers in the store.
It's all on that one little generator grid.
Yeah, yeah. So we were like, okay, cool. But yeah, now that you bring it up, they probably didn't have cameras. You could have stole your ass off that day.
Yeah.
Their inventory system wasn't working. Damn,
How would they know what they were missing?
I missed an opportunity, Josh.
Look, I already paid for this goddamn TV. Get it up here now.
Well, you mean it's not in your records? You don't have records. I ain't got time to wait. I gotta go.
My wife's calling. Hold on. It'd be like me escaping that salon for that fucking haircut.
What?
I pretended I had a phone call and just walked
What?
out.
I have never heard this story.
I told you about that shit.
No,
didn't
you
I?
did not.
I may have just told my wife. I don't know.
Hold on, we'll get back to that. But yeah, I walked outside. I was like, hey, we're good. And then we immediately went the back way home because everybody was driving like an asshole because all the power was out on the streets.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
I
a
was
goddamn like a scene from Indian Traffic and shit. Motherfuckers don't understand. Use the son of a bitch like it's a stop
yes,
sign.
nobody was. They were just blazing through it. And I'm like, nope, not getting hit today. Get back home. Everything looks good, I think. You know, my car's wet and it's raining. So I'm like, fuck it. We survived. That was like the biggest thing. The next day I get in my car. Everything's still wet because it's raining. I go to lunch. And I go to pull out of my parking spot, and I look at my rearview mirror on the side. It's cracked. I was like, damn. I was like, fucking. I guess I didn't look at it, so I guess this is what happened during the hailstorm. So, call the insurance company. They tell me to take it back, get an adjustment, take it to the. They're like, you don't have any body damage? I was like, not that I see. Of course, everything's wet. I get it to the body shop, and they're like, you sure you don't have body damage? I was like, well, let's give it a look over. Why not? So the guy, I know the guy, he came out and looked at it. He's like, oh.
And then he looks at it and he's like, did you drive up here? I'm just concerned because there's a lot of fucking damage. Like, can you see?
Well.
No, I had surgery, dude. My eyes are great.
That's what he was kind of being nice about it. He's like, yeah, you have hail damage. And like the car was dry and I looked at it and I was like, sure enough, there's all these low spots on it. It looks like a golf ball up top. I was like, oh, okay.
He's like, damn, that boy done got his pills mixed up.
And he's like, well, I mean, do you want to get it fixed? He's like, is it paid for? You know, you want to get it fixed or you just want to go with it? And I was like, I'm going to get it fixed, I guess. He's like, he asked what year model was. I told him. He's like, yeah, you probably want to get it fixed. Yeah, so turn it into insurance. It's $0 deductible because they're considering it like a hazard, like a road hazard type thing.
That's pretty good.
But I'm going to have to get a rental car and all that.
Dog
Like, that's-
the shit out of it. Make them pay for giving you a rental car.
So what I'm telling you is start building a ramp.
No, look. This is what you got to do, man. You got to get you a newer Mustang GT.
No, they don't. My insurance only pays for so much.
Well, listen to me.
But I am going to get a small SUV.
Well,
A mid-size SUV, sorry.
get one with a V8, and what we'll do is
I gotta drive it around.
Well, no, look.
I don't want to be paying for gas.
We'll
out
get
the
that
ass.
engine, and we'll put a shitty engine in it.
You know, there's people that do that.
Yeah.
Didn't we read a story
Yes.
about that? Like people renting cars and then taking the muffler out.
They'd
and
rent
stuff.
like Mustangs and shit, and then they would fucking
Swap
take the engine out and put like a 6-cylinder in the son of a bitch and take it back.
Damn.
Why didn't I think of that first?
Yeah, they probably got safeguards against that now.
No, it's a regular car.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
could
saying
do that. Put like a high mileage, same type of engine back in it and shit, and they would never know.
Yeah.
That's so devious, dude.
Yeah.
Karma would happen. You'd have like a wreck or something. Or you might do it 20 times
And be
fucking
fine.
be
You might
rich.
OJ it. Get away with it. But then lose your ass in civil court or something.
Oh, man. Yeah, they should have had his ass, from that civil suit, dude. I've never understood how a motherfucker could get off of the criminal but be considered liable.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It was the 90s, man.
That seemed like just some straight up money exchange and bullshit.
Also the judge, I mean not the judge, but the
I didn't know who was in the civil.
The lawyers just dropped the ball on that. They fucked up big time. Like there
on the state side.
Yes, there was so much stuff that they didn't do right, and I heard a guy talking about it, and like he was like, they never should have had him try on the glove because they were like, it's a leather glove, and he has to wear like rubber gloves just to like touch it because it's evidence,
Yeah, right.
So he can't really put that glove on with rubber gloves on.
Mr.
Underneath.
Simpson, your DNA's already on here. How is that possible? I haven't even put it on yet. I don't know.
Oh man. So yeah.
Somebody said though, do you know why for the most part, why the glove wouldn't fit?
Why is that?
Because he stopped taking his arthritis medicine.
Oh yeah.
And
I've
his
heard that
hands
too.
swelled up.
I've heard that too.
That's what I read.
I've heard, he was putting on a glove that was, with latex gloves on underneath. My question is, what was in the bag that he gave to the Kardashian, the guy? He met with him.
Bruce?
No. Robert. Was it Robert Kardashian? What was his lawyer's name?
I thought you meant the guy that was. You were talking about Caitlyn Jenner. I thought you were talking about the OG Kardashian daddy.
Yes.
Bob or whatever.
Bob Kardashian. Sure, why not? I thought it was Robert Kardashian.
That's his real name.
Okay.
I think they called him Bob or something.
Anyways, he met him at like an airport or something and gave him a bag. Just gave him a bag, and it was never brought up again. Like what was in the bag. And yeah,
it's probably fucking $1 million cash or something.
Probably the murder weapon. That's what I'm guessing.
It could be.
Yeah, and they never could find it. He did something with it. That's what they think. But isn't it funny? Like everybody involved in that case that was on the defense side, like died of like something horrible. You know what I mean? Except for OJ. He did die of something horrible. He's like in his mid 70s, wasn't he?
I think, though, they were older than him at the time.
Yeah.
Though.
But
so they met their demise kind of.
Bob got a horrible stomach cancer.
And Cochran was cancer as well, I think. It's weird.
Wow, it's crazy. What would you rather have, cancer or have your head cut off?
Oh, my God, dude. Holy shit.
Which one would you choose?
Like, do I get to get my head cut off? Like,
that could be reason number 359.
That's reason number
440. 349. I didn't have my head cut off today, so I can be here. There you go. Which one would you choose, though?
How long can I last before I get my head chopped off?
You just got to choose one of the two deaths.
No, I got to know what the length of time is.
Nope. You got to choose one of two deaths.
Well, if I get to live until I'm like 90 and then just get my head chopped off, like, is it by like a person sawing
Would you rather have a quick
like a guillotine
head chopping off by a professional athlete? Let's say
about
Ray Rice gets squirrely with a knife.
No. How about like a fucking legit Japanese like samurai or some shit that use the sword?
Got to be a pro athlete. He's not going to know what he's going to be doing,
but he's
going to have the power to do it.
I got you. He could like have a fucking a
butter knife,
sword thing.
Yeah, butter knife. He's got the power to cut your head off. You don't get to choose a murder weapon, Josh. I'm saying you got to choose. Cancer could be quick too.
Can I just die like Dennis Morrow wants to die?
How does Dennis Morrow want to die?
I won't be 85 years old.
Oh yeah, the Meth King.
Stumbling out of a jealous 18-year-old husband's yard and trip and get run over by a Budweiser truck.
In a buffalo. I can't talk about buffaloes, Josh. You're leading me into this. You're supposed to be leading the conversation this week too, by the way.
No.
That's yes.
Natural disaster happened to you, Richard Lee. You are a survivor.
We caught a possum this week. See what's happening? See, it's happening already. We caught a raccoon last week and a possum this week.
No, you better be nice to me going forward or I make even worse shit happen. Let me something if you review the footage
and you're like, and then putting
you
a
see
voodoo spell on me.
You see me releasing the raccoon on the side
right.
where I knew your cameras wouldn't pick up.
Right. What are you doing?
Nothing. It's me and Randy.
You got a helicopter throwing
Randy
out buckets
raccoon.
of ice. It was hail. Hail damage.
I've spent money to rent a helicopter just to fuck you over.
Just to mess my world up. Where were we going with that? Oh, head cut off or cancer? Which one?
Good God, man.
You still hadn't chosen.
I'm going with the decapitation.
Okay. Well, you'll be young. It'd be tomorrow.
Well, fuck, that ain't gonna work.
I hope
I
you
was
don't
wanting it
get
to be
your head cut off
older.
tomorrow in some kind of weird accident. I'll feel responsible.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like, it's just because. Did you hex him because he released raccoons on your ass? I didn't mean to.
I just willed it into fruition.
I didn't know that stop sign was going to be loose. It just flew right off of that pole and cut his head off.
To be fair, he hit the stop sign first. That's because that air I let out of that left tire.
You gotta have those old people like,
They should have tightened that stop sign up. They shouldn't have done him that way.
His wife's gonna get a lot of money from the city. He won't be able to enjoy it. But
His head rolled straight down the Sonic down there. All the way down there.
then a coyote picked it up. They didn't get back for the funeral. It's just his body in the suit.
Had to put a wax head on it. Didn't even look like him.
No, my daughter, she's artsy. She'd paper mache some shit and draw my head.
You're sitting there in your t-shirt and your body looks fine, but you got a paper mache head in your coffin.
That kind of looks like me. And dude, she's really creative. She'd get like some fucking fur and shit and make my hair. You know, it'd be cool.
I'd be looking at my
As
wife.
long as she
like,
makes me like have a mullet or something, that'd be great.
I'd be looking at my wife and be like, he should have chose cancer. Like we would have had time.
We'd have had like 5 years worth of shows.
We would have had time to be sad about it and everything. He just ripped the Band-Aid off and chose decapitation. Fuck. I don't know, man. I'd want to hold on as long as possible, but I've seen the way cancer is. It's terrible. You know what I mean?
Decapitation is too.
Yeah, I imagine.
It's just quick.
They say, well, no, sometimes it's not quick.
I mean,
They say you can live up to like, what, 6 minutes without your body?
So I guess, like,
But you basically suffocate. 'cause
how do
can't
you
get any-
view your consciousness, man? Do you view it being...
Well, I don't view it at all. I can't see that
I'm
way.
saying, do you view it like being released with your heart stopping or your brain?
It's got to be your brain.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. And then I think about that old Tales from the Crypt episode where the guy, like, had that theory that, you know, the last thing you left, like, you could still have brain waves even though they think you're dead.
Yeah.
You remember that one? And they kept saying, like, oh, he kept talking to himself and he's just sitting there and he's like, I'm alive. Don't do this. And then it all ended up being a fake thing. They, like, gave him some kind of drug that made his, you know, mind think he was alive, like dead, but they kept treating him like he was dead, but he's paralyzed. And then, like, he ended up waking up and they're like, we got you. We gave you a drug. And then he had a heart attack and died. And then it was real, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember watching that, having like the biggest, like panic attack. Like, oh God. I empathize way too much. And now I feel like
really immersed myself in that episode. Shit. You know, like your mama all crying at the stories. They didn't have to do him like that. Mama, what the hell?
That damn paper mache head they got on that son bitch.
No, I was gonna say that. What was his? That damn Luke. I didn't know what he can't remember nothing.
Wouldn't it be funny? I don't think we have the older people in our lives that would criticize your paper mache head. But you know, the older generation, they would have.
Hey, I'll be ashamed of themselves.
They should have done that. They should have done
They
that.
should just have closed casket and put a picture of him.
Yeah. A nice senior picture would have been great.
Sure was a shitty job they did on his head.
Look like a shit-eating dog.
They could have gotten a wig instead of paper mache in the hair too. Shit.
It's probably your grandma's fault that I went and shaved my head. No, I think I did it before.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, you shaved your head because you tried to diet.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't work out.
It did
You
not.
were trying to
It
diet.
wasn't me. It was my mom. So I guess she didn't read the directions.
Oh, hell, put it on there. You'll be fine.
My dad was like, "Hurry up now, I'm hungry."
What did your dad think when you dyed your hair blonde?
Oh, he never seen it because it didn't last. Remember?
Well, I mean, you could still kind of see it when you shaved it.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, because he wasn't bald, like smooth bald. So
It was close.
You could still see the roots of your hair, and they were definitely fucked up. You look like you were going through something. You look like you didn't choose the decapitation. Let's just say that.
Like it looked like probably I had been in a bleach factory,
Yeah.
and then had an earthquake.
And you were pale too because it was the start of summer. There was no pigment in your skin.
I was a fucking Chernobyl survivor.
Looking like powder with eyebrows, motherfucker.
Oh shit, no.
Looking like powder with eyebrows.
Man,
Oh.
that was I really got fucked on that deal.
I was just thinking, it's like, why does he want to be a blonde?
I don't know. Just
I did
something
the
different.
highlights thing.
I did too.
Yeah.
Like a year later though.
Yeah. My wife gives me hell for that.
My fucking soon, she would have ended up being my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. She's like, you get highlights. Because that was the big thing in the late 90s,
Yeah.
Thought, strutting that ass, them highlights.
We both went to the same hairstylist.
We did.
Who did you walk out on?
Karate Master.
Oh, yeah.
His mom.
Yeah, yeah. You walked out of a salon?
Yeah.
What happened? First off, you were at a salon?
No,
Did you just push the hairdryer away like, fuck this, I'm leaving?
Look, I say salon. I use that term very loosely. It was like a Supercuts type deal. It wasn't Supercuts. It's just one of those type stores.
Yeah.
I'm
So you
not even
walked out
gonna-
with a haircut?
No, I walked out before they gave me the chance to get one.
Oh, well, that happens every day.
Well, I did it because of the result last time. There was only 2 choices in the salon that day. Like whenever I called and got my appointment, right? And I show up and it's like, okay, I've never seen her before, so I'll give her a chance.
And that
But
bitch
if-
has got a lazy eye.
If this other bitch gets me, I'm done because she royally fucked my hair up last time. Dude, it was like she had never cut hair before.
Right.
And it was like I never even got a haircut. She just like trimmed up my bangs
Right.
and just barely trimmed up the sides. And
Yeah.
that was it. Like, it was still all poofy and shit. Like I'd never got a haircut. And I show up and there's like, Mr. Josh, blah, blah. Yeah, it's me. Sign in right there.
Did you say Mr. Josh Bubba?
Mr.
Josh
Josh Bubba.
Come get the
Bubba.
haircut.
Hey,
I will
Bubba.
swing the Persian hammers.
If you cannot swing the hammers, you have to pay me double, Bubba. And then go get me gimmicks. No, look. Whenever she said, all right, Josh, are you Mr. Josh? Yeah. Sign
All right,
in.
Josh, are you Mr. Josh?
Sign in right here.
Why did you say it like that?
I'm just remembering. Yeah, Mr. Josh.
Hey, Mr. Josh, are you Mr. Josh?
I'm going to sign in. And then she's like, the bitch talking to me says, so-and-so will get you next. And then I look and it's that bitch. And
She's
I'm-
sharpening it like a hacksaw or something.
No, she just looks over and smiles, and I'm like, bum, bum, bum. Immediately, that's $20 finna be wasted because this
Right.
shit ain't gonna be good.
Right.
So like I'm gonna walk out looking the same. Fuck that.
So you
And
just left?
so I sit
Did
down.
you say anything?
No,
Oh,
no,
you
no.
sat down?
I sat down. I sat down and made him think it. Yeah, I'll roll
Yeah,
with it.
sure. Grabbed an ESPN the magazine.
No, I put my feet up and shit. No, she was cutting the dude's hair at the time, so she couldn't immediately get to me. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to figure something out. So I sit down, and I start scrolling through my phone. The more I sit, one side of me is saying, all right, you're already here. You don't want to go out north and shit. You don't want to do that. Just take the L, man. Sometimes
take the haircut.
just take it.
Yeah.
Take the loss. No, I'm not doing it. Then the other side of me is like, you're not going to waste $20, motherfucker.
Her feelings aren't worth $20.
Fuck that bitch and fuck this place. All right, okay, cool. You win. So that part won out, and I'm just like, I turned my phone on, and I just hold it up to my ear like I'm talking, and I walk out.
Oh, that's the greatest move ever. You ever go to Walmart and do that?
No.
Oh, God, yeah, that's the greatest move ever. You see somebody from across the aisle, and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to talk to that person. And you pick up your phone and put it to your ear, and you're like, yeah, what are they doing? Yeah,
I'm gonna have to kick their ass.
Yeah, you act like you're in a bad mood.
Fucking cocksuckers.
And then when you see the person, you have to do the "I'm on the phone, this is crazy" kind of like thing, and you keep doing. You know, like you got to give them that. Oh man, I hate this. How's it going?
Man, okay, I'll see you later.
Tell everybody I said hey. Now what? No, hold on.
Damn, I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, fine. I'm past them. Let me run and get these Ritz crackers to get out of here before they try to. How's your mama doing? How's your father doing? I don't know about him. He ain't been around since I was 2.
You remember that? He died.
Yeah.
It sure was sad. Yep, sad. Yeah. See you later.
See you later.
Gotta get these Oreos home.
Hopefully you're next for stopping me. Thanks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I had a funny moment this week.
Funnier than the hail damage?
Yeah, a little bit. Randy Travis is ruining my life.
Huh?
I sent you a message.
Well,
that said,
you know why, right?
why is that?
Because of how much fun we had about it
Yeah,
on the
I
show.
guess so. I guess.
I told you so.
So.
Well, guess what, motherfucker?
Why'd you hit that?
I thought it was the other one.
Oh,
You're a dead man.
yeah,
There we go.
that one. So the other day, I'm in the living room, and I'm like, my wife just got back from or she was about to go to a trip, and we're cuddled up because she had a work trip that she had to go on for like 4 days this week.
Oh, cuddled up by being locked up.
Yeah, we couldn't move.
We was locked up like dogs, ass to ass.
No, we were just kind of like, she was dreading leaving, and
You're
I
like,
didn't wanna
oh,
leave.
baby, I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, we're doing
Sugar
that thing.
pie.
And I actually said, like, you know, I want to prepare you for something, because I was thinking in my head, like, I got to get up, I got to get ready for work tomorrow, I got to get my stuff together. I was like, I got to prepare. And then out of my mouth went, I want to prepare you for something. And she looked at me like, what the fuck are you about to tell me? And I was like, huh? And she was like, what? Like, it was either like she thought I was about to tell her somebody had died. Like you said, there's a dollar store cashier about to have my baby. Something. But she gave me that look like, what the fuck? Like, what'd you do? Like that kind of look. I was like, what? I was like, no. I said, it's a Randy Travis thing. I had to play the whole thing for you, like for her. Look it up on YouTube. I'm like, look, listen to this. You've never heard this? She's like, no. I was like, Josh has a sound drop. It's ruining my life.
Where is it? I'll play it right now. Let's see here. Here we go.
I want to prepare you for something. The naked man sitting on the back of the fire truck, Randy Travis. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
So the funny part about it is,
We need to just isolate that. Oh no.
oh no. Funny part about it is, last night, before she went to work, I thought, you know, we've had this conversation 3 or 4 days ago. I got up and I was getting my clothes ready for the next day, and I said, I want to prepare you for something. And she looked at me again like I was crazy. This is 3 days after we had talked about it. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what the hell do you mean? What about we talked about this?
Look.
It's a meme.
Look, you got to understand something. That's
Yeah.
stupid man shit to her.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much stuff I've like tried to engage with my wife in. And they're like, yeah, you know, this is really funny to me, and blah blah blah. I'll show something, and then, you know, it ain't like as soon as you're talking about it. It could be a week later or whatever. It's like, and I'll say something that pertained to that, and just like you're talking about, what are you talking about? Don't you remember
Yeah,
that fucking
yeah.
video I showed you? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, I've been thinking about that all fucking week. And you're shitting on it. What the hell? Dude, I am right there with you.
Yeah.
Dude.
I just, like I said, and it wouldn't be bad if it wouldn't, like, immediately after saying that, her blood boils, and you can see that, like, what the fuck did you do? And it's like, I didn't do nothing. I just
I
can't.
ain't done nothing.
What was it I said yesterday? I was like, it's an earworm. And she said something like, she was already super pissed. She's like, "Oh, well, I don't remember that. I don't guess I know what the fucking earworm is either." And I'm like, "Well, shit, you got to get all hot about it."
Fuck you and worms. How about that? Damn.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be funny.
Right, that's where I was coming from. Does your wife get super animated when she answers the phone? Like, does she do this thing like when she answers the phone? She's like, "What? Do what? No. Did they get it? Did they get it? Okay. Well, damn. All right. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later." And you ask her, and you're like, "What's going on?" "Oh, Mama dropped her keys in the water. She got them out." But Julie will do that. She'll answer the phone sometimes. She'll be like, Huh? Say what? No, slow down." And you're like just hearing her side of the conversation, and you're like, "Oh God, somebody done got hit by a car or something."
No.
Where were they? They were down there. What were they doing down there? Okay. All right, I'll talk to you later. Who was that? Oh, that's just wrong number. Shit like that. You're like, why were you so dramatic when you answered the phone? I wasn't dramatic.
What I wonder is, what is the person on the other end? Like, Mom, what is she like? Like, she didn't say hello or anything. She's like, "I just dropped my fucking keys." Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Is she being dramatic and my wife's just matching to whoever's on the other line's energy?
She's probably that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but my wife does it a lot.
Maybe it's a genetic thing.
What's funny was this week she had a roommate where she had to go for work, and she was trying to give out the impression that she's not a crazy redneck. So when I was sitting there,
she like wore beads and shit and flowers.
No. When I was on the phone with her, she was like, "Yeah, so maybe tell her to get her ass up and go wash the dishes." Like, and then she'd go back to talking like this right here. But anytime she had to curse, she'd go down like this right here. And I started laughing. I was like, "Are you trying to be?" I was like, "Is your roommate in the room?" She's like, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "Why is your voice all low and quiet and high pitched?" So I started mocking her. I was like, "Oh, when you get back over here, I'm going to disembowel your ass with a butter knife. How about that? I'm going to kick your throat down your windpipe. I know that's not possible, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to whip your motherfucking ass, bitch." It's just like, how threatening is that? Your wife do any of this stuff?
Absolutely not.
No, she don't get over dramatic on the phone.
Yeah, not too bad.
You'll
Unless
notice
it's
it
like
now if she does, though.
Something serious or something.
She like death documentaries.
Yeah, kind of
The
sometimes.
Snapped in 2020 and Dateline.
Yeah, she'll
and
watch
stuff.
them.
Yeah, I think that's what all women do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's crazy, Josh, is the fact that people don't know about all the deals over at tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. And Josh, if they go over there right now, what kind of shirts are they going to find?
Dude, I think everybody knows about it, and I think you're crazy for thinking that they don't.
Well, I don't hear enough about it. I want to hear more about it.
Well, we just see about that, but what you can go see about at tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees is that P3 Radio former cover art t-shirt with our faces on the front. Get that bitch with an extra X on your size, whatever your normal size is, throw an X, an extra one on there.
Definitely.
Or get that P3 Radio ECW-like shirt, or that fucking Freddy's Front Yard Slaughterhouse. We got so many t-shirts, Richard Lee, I cannot fucking decide which one to promote. But I can tell you to go to tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. That's TEES, bitch. That's your t-shirt hookup.
tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees, the home of P3 Radio merchandise.
She says she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, but definitely set this party off right. She says she wants some ready for the world, some new edition, some many repertoire, but definitely set this party off right.
Hey, brother, this is Bill Dundee.
I told her to drive over in your new whip. Bring some friends you cool with.
Joshua.
I'ma bring the cool with. Then I want you to strip. See you is my new
Richard,
chick.
you're a
So
piece
we
of
be
shit.
like
You're a piece of
rhinos.
shit.
She be grabbing,
Got
calling
fucked
me
up.
Biggie.
You didn't do that with the meat like I was.
Man, I swear she fine, home. Why she always lying, though? Telling me them diamonds when she know they rhyme Got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. I play ready for the world, she was ready for some action. My
That boy got a whole chicken on that motherfucker.
Oh, come on now.
I'ma play this
That's racist.
draws. You gon' take your pants off. I'ma play this Gladys Knight.
He didn't have tattoos, dreads, and all that piercing all over him.
Okay. Well, this is Twisto with Kanye West and Jamie Foxx. Slow jams.
I told you to slow it down.
Right now. They're gonna come down your throat.
Do it faster, baby. Can you please?
Oh, well.
Do it faster, baby. Do it faster. Damn, baby, I can't do it that
I was always enamored by this part.
Got you looking at the glance on my hands and wrists while I'm laying back and smoking on my cannabis. When it come to rocking the rhythm like Marvin and Luther, I can tell you when I'm messing with Kanye and Twist when I shot.
I used to think that was so quick. I mean, it's not really now. Like, after you've heard it, you know, you notice, like, oh, he's just emphasizing certain syllables.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Hit the stoplight, give it to some eyes. These rims still moving, so I pop a little spinners while I'm smoking on the beat. Dipping through the streets, popping up a beat, and I got the heat on the 23. And I do it.
I know when I picked this song out this week, you're like, where the hell did you come up with that? I was like, I've had it in my head all
It's
week.
like, this is from 20 years ago.
Yeah. You're like, I used to get down to that in the clubs and stuff,
No, it
man.
was in the car.
Oh, man.
I remember Twista telling this, not him personally, just watching a video or whatever.
Yeah.
Him saying a thing about, you know, he's from Chicago or whatever, and
Right.
you know how bad it is up there. Well, fucking, he was like, he's just walking down the street one day, and somebody pulls a big ass 45 on him, and they're like, "Give me all your shit." And then they notice who he is. They're like, "Oh shit, my bad, man." They apologized to him and fucking gave him a goddamn CD to listen to. Like, damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I like shit like that.
Yeah. It's good road stories.
Yeah.
Man. Good road stories. You know, I told you the Randy Travis thing's been ruining my life. I had a thought the other day. And I want to prepare you for something. I had a thought the other day.
What? What, goddammit? What?
Well,
What'd you
hold on.
fucking do?
Hold on. I was going to tell you.
This is the last show, ain't it? This is the last goddamn show we're ever gonna do.
You get your head cut off, aren't you?
$3.50, huh? Put a cherry on top. Guess you're done. Close the casket. We're finished.
No, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, all those guys that had to look at Randy Travis's dick, you know, the whole, I like my dick, it's bigger than Moses. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I wonder, like, and I know you're going to immediately tap out on this. Don't get me wrong. I know you're going to be like, what the hell? I know where this is going, so just go with it, okay?
No, I will not dock with
No.
you.
Well, shit, you ain't going to let me ask? You ain't going to let me ask?
No docking.
I mean, if my wife didn't want to marry me, she would have let me ask her first and just been like, now that's just like me walking up to my wife when I was proposing and her going, before I could get down on one knee, I ain't marrying your ass ever. Just hear me out.
Save the bin, Chief.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
Just hear me out.
Save your knees.
Let me give you my spiel, and then we'll see how you feel afterwards.
I mean, just try
Could
it
you
once.
imagine? You imagine, like, all right, I'll hear you out. We go into an office and we come back out, and you're like, damn, I never thought of it that way. It's going to benefit both of us financially for us to dock. I don't know how it would benefit both of us financially.
I want you to do it. I'll give you $50 every time you do it.
You mean there's a market for two chubby Southerners docking?
I'll pay you $50, but I'm videoing it for my OnlyFans. That's how that
He
works.
came out talking like he was going to give us mobile Exxon stock and shit. Like, I don't even know how that's a possibility, but we're going to do it.
Oh, shit.
See, I told you to hear me out.
You're going to give me one of them Tommy Vu or whatever his name is spills.
What-
you are a loser.
What?
You are the reason you don't make money. You understand that?
It's the old question, though. It's the old question. This wasn't the real question.
Would you rather get fucked in the ass?
No. This wasn't the real question, by the way, but we're going with it. I'm doing what I told you to do.
Would you
Go
suck
with
my
it.
dick
No.
to stay alive and then have to be my roommate for the rest of your life?
Because one way it's going to happen. You're already in this room. Chains are underneath you. No, like it's the old question of like how much would it take for you to do it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which if the guy had that much money, why would he be paying one of us to do it?
Yeah.
He's not going after Brad Pitt. He's going after
I like
you.
your face.
Yeah. You know what? You look like you'd be reluctant, and I'm into that.
I just want a real guy.
He'd have to be on.
Somebody's going to put up a fight.
He'd have to be $1 million man ego trip to do something like that.
Oh, yeah, just to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted some poor to piss on today.
Right?
Picked you out.
Get to second. Check cleared. Okay.
All right, so it's $1,000, right?
$1,000.
You sure it's going to clear? Don't worry about that right now.
Yeah, you had to do that thing that they did on all the pornos. You said the red light on the camera means it's off, right?
It's just for insurance purposes, right?
Yeah. It's just for the write-off. You keep going. Remember the balls. No, my original question. So I guess the question was there's like what if somebody was like, look, I'm offering you like stock with Exxon.
Well, seeing how the electric push is going on.
I mean, still, you could get billions. It's a lot of stock they're offering you.
Okay.
Some good advantage of stock. Doc.
Stock to doc. That'd be an interesting
because I mean,
genre of porn, right?
I mean, you could accidentally dock with somebody.
Could you?
You're at a urinal, you hit a wet spot.
Whoops! Oh man, my dick inserted into your dick.
Oh no! Could you stop peeing, sir?
Oh, it's going back into my urethra.
It's blowing it up like a balloon, like one of them clowns at the carnival.
But he's all drunk, so you're getting drunk.
Yeah. Oh, well, so maybe my question won't be so weird. I got to thinking, like, I know this is a weird, you know how your mind wanders.
Oh, definitely.
Like, it goes from one thing to the next to the next. If you could map it out, it would look like one of those serial killers with yarn type
I go
boards.
from thinking shit like, I wonder, why Pete Rose really ain't in the Hall of Fame to like, how could I improve these grocery cart wheels
Right.
and get a patent on it and become rich?
Right. So you can see where I would take the leap of going, those officers had to see his dick. Have I seen a lot of dicks in person? Not like on video.
Right.
Like,
real dicks.
How many real dicks have you seen in your life? Not your own. Mm-hmm. Okay? Just not your own.
Right.
How many live and in living
With
color?
my eyes.
Color, there it is.
Other than my dick, how many real
could you count
dicks?
them? Could you count, like, I'm not saying, like, name people.
Damn.
Well, there was Fabio in the pool room I walked in on. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's, like, I know there's been a couple of times where, like, when I was working out at the lift, there would be an old guy getting out of the shower, and there it is, digging balls.
He's just like, yep.
Yeah.
I'm old. I don't give a shit.
And how much of a dick would you have to see for it to count? Would you have to see the head and the shaft and all of it? Or if you just saw, like...
a root.
Yeah, if you just saw the base of it and down a little bit, would that count? Do you have to see the head to see it?
I'm thinking it's like a tit, man. It's got to be a nipple and all.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't count pasties?
Oh, no. I'm not
What if somebody's
I'll
got...
see your tits if you got those things on.
What if somebody has a rolled
My
up...
grandma wear pasties, dude. That's for nothing.
What if somebody has a rolled up condom on the head? Is that counting?
Well, I mean, if
Depends on who's supposed to be unrolling it on the rest of it. If you walk in and they say, shut the door and get out of here, then that don't count. But if you walk in and they say, shut the door.
Shut the door behind you.
That counts.
Make sure to latch that deadbolt,
That's
Chief.
why I was like, pasties don't, I mean, that still kind of counts.
No. If I seen a girl...
Like you said, if you saw your grandmother walk out in pasties, it wouldn't be a good day. You'd be like,
no,
put a shirt
but at
on.
least it wasn't her whole titty, Richard Lee. That's the way I would
Still
think.
counts because the pasties there.
Nah.
It's just like having your nipple blurred, and nipples
nipple
are just
or
very...
nothing. Dude, in the 80s, they would show chicks with fucking those tiny-ass bikinis on TV.
Yeah.
As long as they didn't show the nipple. I mean, that's the way I'm programmed, dude.
So you
Gotta see
think
that nipple.
nipple or it doesn't count?
Nipple or nothing. Head or it ain't even a dick.
So you're not counting anything unless you see. What if it's a cold day and they've got that
all
like
shriveled.
rolled up? Yeah, does that count?
That's a dick.
Okay. The head's there. You just can't see it, though. So that's what I'm saying. You can't enforce the nipple
Look,
head
I'll be the
rule.
judge of how many dicks I've seen.
Okay, well, how many do you think you've seen throughout your life? Don't be a high number.
So
there's 42.
I'm gonna
43.
I'm just gonna say obviously my dad.
Yeah.
Because of that crazy story.
I thought you were going to say 'cause that crazy summer.
No.
Yeah. You want to tell the story for new listeners?
Well, no. Here's the thing. Like, I didn't see my dad's wiener in person per se. There was a mirror directly in front of him.
That counts. Mirrors count. I'm talking about like not on the television screen or computer screen. Yeah. Or your phone screen. How many dicks have been in your presence?
So obviously my dad taking a piss that time.
Yeah.
I probably walked in on my grandpa like accidentally or something. But
imagine he was swinging one.
I don't know.
He had too much confidence not to be hung like a horse.
And I walked in on a guy like at summer camp. Like he was
on
just
purpose?
He was in a bathroom stall changing to go swimming, but he was in the bathroom. Like, dude, you do that shit in the room. Like, what are you in here for? And why are you naked?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Well, you'll run into those guys that are just fine with being naked around other guys.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
So
I never got
3
into it.
right there.
Yep. You're making me have flashbacks to remember other dicks that I forgot about.
I think I seen.
You're bringing up dicks of Christmas past.
Yeah, dude. That's the only ones I've seen. Bates, his wiener.
You saw Bates's wiener?
Dude, he would just pull it out and piss.
He was little, wasn't it? He was a little and tubby. He had that little dick confidence too, so I imagine it was small.
He just lied.
Yeah.
Lie about anything.
Yeah.
No, dude, probably them. That's about
just
it.
them.
Because as I
less
got,
than a handful of dicks.
as I got older,
yeah, tried to avoid it like the plague.
Well, I just, I ain't never banged a chick with another guy.
Yeah.
None of that craziness.
Yeah, I never did that either.
So, there's in bathrooms generally have
they call that
partition.
an Eiffel Tower, by the way. Banging a chick with another guy because
I call it bookending.
They're high fiving, and then you've got the bridge, like it was like an Eiffel Tower. Anyways,
I'd just say bookending.
Bookending, finger trap.
We'll bookend that bitch.
That was what it was on Chasing Amy. Finger trap.
No, but I guess 4 wieners, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think here. How many wieners have I seen? I think I saw my grandpa's once. Mm-hmm. Just
Just when we were killing rats.
Yeah. He's like, what you got to do now is you got to piss on them so their soul stays in hell. It's like, wait, what?
Piss in that water now. You gotta piss in that water.
Do it slow. So yeah, there was one. My cousins we used to go swimming over there, and we'd go change in the same room. And where I was like, leave the towel on and change under the towel, they just, because it was their room.
Yeah, I have my dick out.
Yeah.
It's my goddamn room.
So, yeah. So there's 3. It went up tremendously there. It doubled.
There were 2 of them.
Yeah. Let's see. Accidentally one time at Melissa's, my elementary school, they didn't have
That's why you left that school so fast.
They didn't have the partition between the urinals. And my buddy made a joke, and I looked over at him, and it was just like, there it was. Like he was making a joke. And I looked over and said, huh? You know how you like look over?
Yeah.
And I just turned my head, and there it was. I was like, oh, shit.
He's like, quit staring at my dick.
There's 4.
And you said, Mama, if I have to go to school tomorrow, I'm going to kill myself. And then she put you in Denmark again.
It was a black penis.
A black penis? I've never seen a black penis.
Saw it was different. It's like,
probably. Appearance-wise, yes.
I probably looked at it for longer than I should have.
You're like, look at that.
Should we erase that? I didn't mean it to sound like that. It sounded bad, but yeah. He was a black friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he made a joke. I laughed, looked at him, and I was like, oh, Jesus. I mean, it was the same size as mine.
It's just different color.
Yeah, it's just different color.
Which is,
That's why I said, like, I might have glanced at it a little too long because I was like, at first I was taken back.
You're like,
There's a lot of pigment in that dick. Mine don't have that. But it was only like maybe a half a second that I saw it.
Yeah, just impactful because it was.
You think I get in trouble for saying that like I did? 104.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so there's what are we up to? 4?
4 dicks.
4 now. It was a sad, I don't want to say who it was, but it was a sad way I saw the 5th one. Like
Death boner.
Yeah, no. No. It was
At least you went out happy.
Yeah, well, like it was one of those instances where they were not doing well, sick, and
flopped out.
Yeah. So that was, we'll say 5 there. If we're not counting heads, I walked in on my stepdad using the bathroom one time, and he had it tucked because he
tucked in the toilet.
Yeah, so
he's just drinking coffee, reading the newspaper with 2 hands.
I saw the root of it.
Get on out of here, Richard Lee.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm trying to look at these Lowe's ads.
I think maybe one more.
Dick Master Rich, dude.
So
wow,
we're not counting this. So 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Well,
dicks.
5.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
We'll count half dicks.
We'll count half. I mean, we've been counting yours. But, you know, there is people out there that just like running around. Like, they've seen their friends' dicks all the time.
Oh, yeah. Dude, just happy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I've probably seen a few more than that. Wrestlers.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Send me-
Oh, and football. We had 2 guys in football.
Just walk around nude.
They would go to the showers after the game. And you just see it. There it is.
My word.
Those are a different color, too.
Oh,
I
man.
can't draw them from memory or anything. I remember they were
You
there.
better remember that dick.
Look at it. I would dare say that 50% of my dicks that I've seen have been a different color.
That's hilarious. Black Dick Master Rich.
You're trying to bait me into a corner here. I know you are.
I want you to bounce some more off. Come
No.
on. Give me some
Trying
more
to think,
nicknames.
have I seen any Middle Eastern dicks?
Mexican?
No, the first time I ever
Latino,
saw
there you
porn with the foreskin and everything, it freaked me out. Like, what the hell's going on with this?
Why didn't he? What's wrong with him? He got disease.
Yeah. Why's y'all swollen?
Where's his piss at? Where's your piss out at?
Well,
Look like a sausage link.
we got time for like one tab.
Oh, you mean we're not going to close out 350 talking about dicks? Switch on the Ham Museum. We get that sumbitch in.
Oh, Lord.
We have not done one tab.
No. And the show should be over now. Well, I mean,
How disappointing of a 350 would you say, like, with no tabs?
I don't know. I thought we had a pretty fun show.
I know, dude. I've had so much
Yeah.
fun. We got to get at least one tab.
You're
though.
going to go back to your wife. What y'all talking about? Dicks! Richard's seen about a half a dozen.
Dude, I seen 4. He saw like 24. And those are real dicks. Like, and half of them were black.
I'm an equal opportunity dick looker. No, it's just like it's alarming.
Oh, Peter Gazer.
How many dicks I've seen.
Pecker checker.
I've probably seen more dicks in life than vaginas.
They're real vaginas.
They're real vaginas, yeah.
I've seen more vaginas than I've seen dicks.
Can
buddy.
you count them? I could probably count them.
Oh, I mean.
And we're counting strip clubs too.
Oh, okay. I could try to remember those.
No, but you know what I mean. Like counting strip clubs, it's probably about even. But like not counting strip clubs takes a turn.
I don't know. Yeah, I've went to some titty bars and stuff, but
there's definitely an A student in there, if you know what I mean, and it's dicks. How many, depending on vision, like how many I've seen. If you take strip clubs out of it, there's definitely been more dicks than the JJs.
Yeah. I have seen more vagina than dick.
My ratio's off. We'll start looking at more live vaginas.
Yeah, man, we can fix that, dude. You Zach single. It'll be all right.
I'm gonna get a shirt. I've only seen 3 real vaginas.
Can you help
Can
me?
you help? Please help.
Where do you fit in?
Yeah. On the back that says you want to be number 4. Then I got to tell my wife, I want to prepare you for something.
I've got to see more bush.
I've got the shirt. It's not that I want to. It's just I got to get this dick to vagina ratio down.
I'm unbalanced, baby. I'm out of balance. That's my problem.
I've seen way more dicks than vaginas. That might be why I don't like touching wildlife and shit. I don't know how to clean a gun or.
I just seen too many dicks.
Yeah. I
I pay sitting down sometimes.
I see 4 more real vaginas, and then I'm like rebuilding the motor and shit.
Calling everybody punk.
Yeah. Some bitch.
You ain't worth a shit.
Bet you don't know how to take a fender off of a 1987 Buick LeSabre, do you?
I bet I'd put you out in the woods with a rifle and you'd go home hungry, bitch. Sissy ass.
Yep, but here I am working on computers. It's all those dicks.
Well, yeah, you see too many, man.
Yeah.
You get that puss ratio up.
Now, if we went video,
Puss Watch 2024.
If we went video,
Yeah.
it'd be an astronomical number of dicks. Because you got to think, I'm not really into like the scissoring,
Right.
so.
You got to see.
You got to think there's a 1-for-1 right there.
Yeah.
I might have
You've
caught
seen
it.
a lot of women.
Yeah.
On the video.
Yeah. But you got to think, I've watched a lot of guy-girl stuff.
There's still more dicks.
Yeah. And then you got to think the gangbang stuff. It's like 9 there to 1.
Oh, man. You're going to have to get evened out.
Yeah. We just need to get a marathon of
scissor porn.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
All right. What video, what tab you want to do?
Man, I don't even know where to go from here. Do we got anything we could associate with scissoring?
Let's see. She says she wants
Masturbation notice.
This was on the University of Waterloo. They were having some problems, I guess, in their dorm rooms, Josh, or their frat houses. I don't know. I don't know where it was. But there's this big sign that somebody has taped to the door. It says masturbation notice. It has come to our attention that students have been vigorously masturbating in the school restrooms. Washrooms, sorry. Masturbating on school property is illegal.
I mean,
and against school district policy. They have a policy?
Yes.
We got to talk about this. We got to have a policy for jerking off.
Item 5, line 9, section C clearly states no jacking off.
The bathroom pipes are not designed to handle human discharge other than your regular bathroom duties.
I'm sorry. I got to stop you there now. So you're telling me a load of splooge is thicker than a fiber-loaded turd? Are you shitting me? Get it.
What about the girls that are good team players that might poop out some human excrement with their, you know what I mean?
You've seen way too many dicks, man.
Yep. What if they're pumping out human discharge out of their anal cavity? That's what I'm saying. Like,
And it's not shit.
yeah.
It's all cool.
What about those pipes? Those pipes are going to be breaking down.
Maybe.
They come in. It's like, we got to do something about this
like
school.
trying to
All the girls are ruining the pipes in this area.
Like trying to flush 1,000 slugs or something.
The excessive amount of discharge buildup has caused a blockage in the pipes. A pipe on the first floor E7 washroom has burst because of the excessive semen buildup.
There is no fucking way.
This will cost thousands of dollars coming from our funds to repair the damage. Please masturbate in your own homes. If any discharge is discovered in the bathroom, it will be collected and analyzed to determine who it belongs to.
CSI, dude. Oh, my God.
I don't know if this is real or not. There's a phone number on there.
Well, we need... Well,
There is a phone number on there.
let's call it.
It's what is that number? You want to call it?
Sure.
Waterloo. What if it's just somebody? Are you going to say I got the wrong number? I'm gonna let you lead if you want to call it.
Oh, why? You gonna...
You gonna lead or not?
Well, I will. I mean, but let's see.
All right, let's pull it up.
I'm trying to think of a plumbing company I can call myself.
Don't do that. It'll be a plumbing company. Oh, is this a... No, it's Chuck Callis. Can you see that number?
You're going to have to blow it up a little bit.
Okay, hold on. I'm old. I can't get it any bigger than... Hold on. I got you. Josh. Hold on one second.
Sniplet tool.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So, is any of our listeners out there go to the University of Waterloo? UW Plant Ops. Oh shit, that's his personal. Maybe we don't need to call that.
Well, it has an extension. We just won't dial the extension. We'll just see if
what the main.
Yeah, if it's got an extension, that means they've got a voice operator.
I say, dude, I don't want to call dude's desk.
I think this is fake, but let's see. We might have been had here, Josh. Remember that area code right there?
519.
Okay. Here, we're going to hit dial. We're going to tell if this is real or fake in 2 seconds, because if it's not real, how do I dial a number here?
Over there on the right.
Oh, yeah.
I've never used a phone before.
That's why I think it's fake.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, shit.
What?
Look what it pulls up.
You talk.
Welcome to the University of Waterloo. Our business hours are from 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. If you are... Did you mean... Is...
What?
Had to mute it.
Please say yes or no.
I don't know, man. I had to mute it.
Please confirm your selection. Did you mean...
I don't...
Stop talking.
Here's what I understood. Is that correct?
No.
I think we're having difficulties
it's supposed
here.
To be muted.
Since no operators are available at this time to assist you,
So
your
that might
call
be
is being
real.
transferred to the operator's voice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who'd you
shit.
do that?
Oh, shit.
So I guess it was real.
Why y'all doing them boys like that?
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. So, yeah. That was real.
You jackers on the E7. Boy, you got some legendary sperm. And Richard's going to come up there to confirm.
Really? I got to see it come out.
I got to see your dicks. I got to add to my collection.
Right. Any of you Italian?
You're going to embrace
I need an Italian.
You're going to embrace it.
I got a dick bingo card.
I got to see a Chinese man.
And a Pacific Islander.
To get all my holes punched.
Right. Anybody y'all American Samoan? Any of you? You look a little American Samoan. Whip it out. Let me see it.
Oh, Catholic, I see. Huh?
If you American Samoan, I can get a bingo on diagonal here. You want to call it? Did we do it, or do you want to just one more?
What now?
Did we do it, or do you want to do one more?
We've done something.
Okay. We've embarrassed our families. That's what we've done. The only tab we read was about dicks. Yes.
This is going to be a trend, man. We'll do
Yep.
another dick show, and then we'll get on to something else.
If you got a body part you'd like to hear about, Josh, tell them how they can let us know.
Well, on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number one.
Do elbows. Do elbows.
On Facebook, put in that search bar Pop Poncho, Poncho. You'll see our photograph. And if you want to get with us, sorry, this is busting me up. If you want to get with us the old school way, 731-300-6675. Biatch.
Send your dick pictures to Josh Briley.
No.
Give him your old address. Put that one out there.
12 North Kentucky Street.
12 North Kentucky Street, Jackson, Tennessee 38301. And the old person that buys his house will be so shocked. Oh, man.
Oh, it's really just going to be you going over there checking the mail.
Yeah. 24.
Self-addressed stamped
20.
envelopes.
Well, pictures don't count, so don't send those, please. Oh, man. Well, for Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening, and good night.